video is so important to me. I've been wanting to give it to you for a couple of years. Or if there was video, I'd probably be wanting to give it to you for 20 years. I just feel like it's so important to explain the origins of ideas and what they go through. And I have a feeling that, okay, I'm using for an example in this video, but every single thing we've ever made have had a story of the evolution of their being, like a birth. I mean, it's just such a journey. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. We live on a ship, and in the autumn, sometimes, oh my gosh, vermin from the outside world come in right about this time of year to get warm, and it appears that they've had a party in the cupboard here. Let me see if I can get them to break up the party. Oh, this is just awful. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. Oh, look at cake, half eaten. Oh, what, the nerve. Oh, everybody get out and get out of here. And, oh, what are you doing in a teacup? Oh, 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 oh my gosh. This is terrible. And look at, they were ready to have a feast. Get out, get out. Out, go on. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not like this every day. This is unusual, actually. I'm shocked. And look at this. They were actually, look at this. This was all going to be for them. Oh, gosh. Oh. Okay, I need to excuse you for a minute so you can definitely take a break whilst I clean up and show you what we have here to share. So this is what I'm talking about today. These dishes are named Superfluous, and you can get a little look at them. But I think what's important to see right now, since I'm here with you, is notice this crest. Well, I brought my husband Richard's kilt in from our cabin because I wanted to show you that the way we got the leaves on this is, these are just paintings of the fabric, but you can kind of see a memory of it here and here, and here you can see it even better. In a way, it's a black and white photo, but it shows you the detail. What I did is I took Richard's kilt and I brought it into a place where you can take photos, you know, one of those photo places, and took a photo of it. And then used that as the the leaf part of this thistle, which is our crest. So I put V ampersand, that's like just a diamond on there, R, V and R, emprise. Can you read that on there? Yeah, emprise. Do you know what emprise means? It means, well, enterprise means a business pursuit. And emprise means a chivalrous pursuit. And I just loved that word, chivalrous. And I loved, if everything in the world was chivalrous, it would be a better world. So I decided we would start with us and try to be better and make it an emprise. So that's what it is. It's Victoria and Richard Emprise. After MacKenzie-Childs went away, that came in to replace. And then I made this up afterwards. Oh, can you see the body of the thistle? It has like a very soft gray and peachy checkerboard. And you can see oh, you can't really see. I wish I had the color. Oh, I don't have my computer up here. But sometime I'll show it to you in color. And you can see that I made the light a little bit lighter on this, on the front of the thistle bulb part, or body, so that it would look more three-dimensional. It was really fun to do. And then up here are the thistledown. And I just made this up, but I thought, oh, it kind of stands for like a family crest, not just a business crest, because this tallest one could be Victoria and Richard, and this could be Heather, and this could be Nils, and this can be Whittika, and this can be Felix. And there's our whole family. So there we go. Now, you'll see that on the plates. And then, oh, here's a really funny one. The dinner plate. Okay, well, when MacKenzie-Childs was taken, they kind of tried to make it look like we never existed or that we never left. I'm not quite sure. So we thought, well, we can still see the public. What we did is Richard and I, we didn't have the technology of that now they do. This was several, 30 years ago, I guess, now. But we wore black leotards, and we made these letters out of us. The only thing we didn't do is we didn't cut off my body to have that eye there. the dot of the eye. But all of the rest of them we did just by holding each other in these funny positions. So it's Victoria and Richard. Isn't that funny? We had so much fun doing it too. So that was our little secret way to still see the world, and for the world to know that we're here. We're still here in a different way. Okay, so now for the story of Superfluous. The name of this is called Superfluous Facts. And unfortunately, I have to read it because I can't memorize 8 pages of story. But I'll try to make it interesting enough. I hope you don't go away. Okay, I'm going to read chapter 1. It goes like this. Superfluous was first conceived with the unearthing one cold November 2003 day. And it was something we found in this rubbish bin. A very narrow, flat tray, like a sandwich tray. We don't have them much in America, but in Europe they have little, like long, narrow, flat trays called sandwich trays. And so it was made in France. It came from France originally to Italy, and we don't know how. We just found it in the rubbish bin. Well, so it was grotesquely painted with a design which disgusted the beautiful shape. So one element struck a note of distinction for us. One note about this whole little sandwich tray. And that was the fiddleback, the Baroque fiddleback. You see? This is called a fiddleback design, where it curls into itself and curls into itself. And so we were smitten with that design. And so we drew that design into several tableware silhouettes. And through fits of rage and rampage from the model maker, we eked out every needed adjustment, millimeter by millimeter, and definition of detail by definition of detail. This arduous process took several months to accomplish and colored our reputation in Tuscany as persnickety rather than perspicuous. It has been difficult to overcome this and to buck the resistance to meet and master the perfection of the ideas we see unfurled before us. Even design work takes diplomacy and patience and a gentle hand in the discovery process. Because when working with the model maker, what he was doing is he was seeing this little flat tray, the sandwich tray, and we were asking him to put that when he made the model out of plaster, it had to be enough of a lift that you could pick up your plate, so that you could pick up a plate or a saucer. And he didn't want to do that. He wanted it to keep it flat. So it was so flat that let's pretend it was this flat, and you can't get your hand under it to get it off the table. So, and it was sort of like an argument that we had with this fellow, and we had to push him, and he would just go, like I said, millimeter by millimeter, and finally, we got the shapes to be the shapes that we wanted. And I'm saying this because what I learned, never having worked with other people, I've always worked with people that worked with us, rather than people that, us working with somebody else. And I realized that I had no experience in that way, but that you have to be diplomatic, because he's an expert in his field. That's what he does. He makes models. And so his view was important to him, and he didn't understand our view. So it took some doing to adjust and to finally get something done. It was very difficult. It actually did take months to make these 8 shapes. And they are complicated shapes. The way we've sculpted them, you can barely tell it here, especially since this one had food in it a minute ago. But maybe from the back you can tell it better. See how it goes in and out and in and out, all the way around. So it's they're all, even the little saucer has these shapes. So I think we were probably in over our heads too. Look, the saucer is really fun because it holds the cute cup, we call it. We call it a cute cup instead of an egg cup, because people will say, well, I don't eat soft-boiled eggs. But there's so many ways you can use it. So many ways. Oh my goodness. I could write 100 ways that we use this little cup. But it can sit on the saucer if you want it to, or it can sit on the dinner plate, or it can be on another little plate. But also the teacup fits on the saucer. And you would never know that the base of this is the same as the base of this. It just works. Okay, chapter 2. The next step was to experiment with the surface treatment. I've already kind of given you a preview of that. Complicated shaping.